Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here in Washington, Pennsylvania for Game 2 between the Rock of Slippery Rock and your Cal U Vulcans. In Game 1, Cal U took it in dramatic fashion as we were down 4-1 going into the bottom of the sixth, and some timely hitting mixed in with some walks, and then a Justin Stewart first home run grand slam put Cal U up 5-4 as they would hang on to win it 5-4 through those 7 innings. And now in Game 2, Devin Foster will take the mound for Cal U, posting a 3.92 ERA, 4-0 on the year, 17 strikeouts, and only 2 walks all season. So a great pitching so far, and a perfect record for Devin Foster. As for Slippery Rock, their first 3 batters will be the same as Game 1. Abraham Mao, John Kozarian, and Connor Hamilton will lead the way for the Rock. Devin Foster is a left-handed pitcher and a junior here for Cal U. And as the first batter, Abraham Mao steps in. The first pitch is up and away for ball 1. And second pitch is in the same place away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And a good first pitch in there for a strike. Abraham Mao hacking away, and it's strike 1. Now the 2-1 pitch coming. That one's way upstairs for 3 balls and 1 strike. A good hitter's count here. Swung on and laced in between the hole, between the outstretched diving shortstop of Anthony Veniza, who can't make the play, and a leadoff base hit for Abraham Mao.
Next up, shortstop number 12, John Kozarian.
As John Kozarian steps into the box for the first time in Game 2, as he's who put Slippery Rock on the board first in Game 1 with that solo blast in the first inning. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And the second pitch is also away for ball 2. Devin Foster a little bit all over the place for these first 2 batters. And a nice off speed to get a strike in there, a 2-1 count. Another nice pitch in there to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now with 2 strikes, John Kozarian is going to have to try to stay alive here. He's going to chop it down the third baseline and foul to keep this bat going. And again, the 2-2 pitch from Devin Foster is on the way. And that one's outside for ball 3, and it fills up the count 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch coming. Swung on and laced into the gap. Patrick Brogan going back, and he's there to make the grab. A nice catch by Patrick Brogan for the first out of the first inning.
Next to the box, the catcher, number 21.
A good piece of hitting there by John Korzarian, but just right at the moving over just to his left was Patrick Brogan to make the catch. As Connor Hamilton now steps into the batter's box with one away and a runner on first. And the first pitch is up and away for ball one. That one's grounded in between the third baseman and the shortstop, and a base hit for Connor Hamilton. The second base hit in between that gap, and it's now second and third with only one away.
For the Rock, now batting right fielder number 1, Alex Romanoff.
As Alex Robenholt steps into the batter's box for the first time in game one. With a runner on first and second and only one away and an RBI chance here early on in the first inning. As that's going to get the outside corner for strike one. Small leads off first and second. As that one is also in there on the outside corner, the same exact pitch for strike two. And now an 0-2 count to Alex Robenholt. Bounce to third. Conte steps on third, fires it to first, a strong throw, but he beats out play, a good heads-up play to get the lead runner at third, and almost got the runner at first. A fielder's choice there.
Number 17, Colin Kane.
As now Colin Kane takes his steps into the batter's box for his first at bat here of the day. Colin Kane is playing first base. He bats .312 on the year. He did not play in game one. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Again, small leads off first and second. This time with two away as the off speed gets the outside corner. A 1-1 count. Another early RBI chance now, again for Slippery Rock. A long look in and then back, and then fires it in. It's foul down the line for strike two. And now a 1-2 count to Colin Kane. A long look again at second. This one half swung, chopped to the first baseman. He's going to step on first and make the play. A nice play by Jacob McCaskey over there. A couple defensive switches that we'll talk about at the start of next inning. After the half of the first inning, Slippery Rock 0 and Cal 0 here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM and the PSAC network.
Legit American Wrestling is on CUTV. With hard-hitting action, new faces, and fan favorites, as well as great matchups, you don't want to miss an episode every Thursday at 5 p.m. and replays on Sundays at 6 p.m. As the race to crown the first world champion, LAW returns to the Pretzel Arena April 23rd at 7 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Pre-order is $10 and $15 on the day of the show. For more information, message LAW on their Facebook page. Fans, if you want to be part of the action or raise money for your school club or organization and bring the action to your town, message us on Facebook or give us a call at the number on your screen. LAW and you is an unbeatable tag team. Don't forget to follow our social media for updates and more. Don't miss Legit American Wrestling.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the bottom of the first inning in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Slippery Rock unable to score any runs in that first inning, even though they had two singles. As for Cal U going with around the same starting lineup in terms of batting order, only a few changes, with Santino Mara going to be playing a second as they move Anthony Veneza over to short. And then they move Jacob McCassie over to first base. And they move Jax Miller into left field, giving Peyton Conte Game 2 off. And as for the batting order, it, as I said, basically stays the same, as Anthony Veneza will lead off for your Vulcans, followed behind by Adam Crawford and then Jacob McCassie. And on the mound for Slippery Rock is Ricky Maniu, 2.76 ERA, 2-1 on the season, 35 strikeouts and only 11 walks. A good season. And on the first pitch is grounded to short. A nice quick play, and on one pitch they get Anthony Veneza. A sharply hit ground ball right to John Kazarian, and he makes the play. As Adam Crawford now steps into the batter's box with one away. A quick first out there for Slippery Rock. Cal U is going to be up there hacking. And the first pitch is on the outside edge for strike one. And it's sliced off the foot, and he's going to be caught, and that's going to be an out. What a strange play, but just kind of unlucky break for Cal U, as Adam Crawford will kind of line pop out for the second out of the inning. That ball was sharply hit by Adam Crawford just off the foot of the pitcher Mieu and popped right into the air to the third baseman, who made the easy pop-up catch. Abraham Mao with the nice grab, a kind of a strange little out, but an out nonetheless. And now there's two away for Jacob McCassie. And McCassie's up there hacking, and he lines a base hit into left field, and there goes the no-hitter, and Jacob McCassie continues to rake. Cal U continually not to go up there and see a bunch of pitches just go up there and make bat on ball contact, as Patrick Brogan now steps into the batter's box with one on and two outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And Patrick Brogan is also up there hacking as he fouls it slightly off and hits the top of Slippery Rock's dugout down the first baseline for strike one. Patrick Brogan had a two-hit day in game one and takes ball one up high for ball. Now 1-1 count to Patrick Brogan. That one's way inside, backing away from it for ball two. Brogan batting .359 on the year, leads the team in home runs. as that one is going to be way inside and is going to hit him as he'll get a free base on bag. And it'll be Cal U's first hit batter of either game 1 or game 2.
For Cal U is now the designated hitter for 25, Jaden Titano.
And now batting is Jaden Tatano, the designated hitter. As now Cal U has runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, just like Slippery Rock did. And a pitch in on the hands. Jaden Tatano trying to turn on it. Swings and misses for strike 1. That one's going to be outside in the left-hander's batter's box for ball 1, a 1-1 count. Cal U looking to strike early as they had to make the comeback last game. Someone swung on and fouled right back to the screen. It's now a 1-2 count. And now with 2 outs and runners on first and second and 2 strikes, Jaden Tatano is going to have to be ready for anything close to the plate to hit. The 1-2 pitch coming. Swung on and a good job to stay alive. Fouls it. As it looked like he might have fouled it off his own foot, but he seems to be okay. And a good job to stay alive. Still a 1-2 count. Small lead off first and second for Cal U, as again the 1-2 pitch is on the way. And a nice off speed to get him looking for strike 3. A beautiful pitch, and that's going to end the first inning. Cal U got 2 runners on, got 1 hit, but couldn't score anything. And after 1 inning of play, it's Cal U nothing and Slippery Rock nothing here on CUTV Sports 1 91.9 FM and the PSAC network.
Backed by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the 2nd floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park, here for the top of the second inning of Game 2 between the Rock of Slippery Rock and your Cal U Vulcans. Neither team could get a run across the plate in that first inning, even though each team had a pair of runners on base. As we head into the top of the second inning, Slippery Rock with 2 hits and Cal U with 1 after that first inning, as Devin Foster looks to get back to work, as Evan Knaus, who had game 1 off, will lead off the top of the second. And the first pitch is going to be on the outside edge for strike 1. Evan Knaus is playing left field and bats .333 on the year as he takes the second pitch up and away for ball 2. Looked like it might have been a little confusion there between Justin Stewart and Devin Foster, as it looked like Justin Stewart got a little tangled up on that off-speed pitch, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. That one is popped up high down the first baseline. It's going way tailing. Is it going to stay in play? And it moves Jake McCaskey way over, and he does make the play in foul ground for the first out of the inning. Jacob McCaskey looked like he couldn't see it at first and was just standing by first, and then had to run way into foul territory and then back close to fair territory to make the grab, a difficult grab and a nice first out of the inning. As Eddie Morris steps into the batter's box for the first time in Game 2. Eddie Morris was a problem for Cal U in the first game, and he's up there hacking just like that in the second game, as he was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a single in Game 1 and a pair of RBIs. Some very timely hitting, as he had 1 out with 2 on second and third, and he was able to lace that double into the gap for those 2 RBIs, as he fouls this one away, and he's now down 0-2. Slippery Rock very dangerous up and down this lineup, as we saw last time. Each and every single player with the ability to make solid contact and get on base and cause some problems, and a nice off-speed pitch to get Eddie Morris reaching for Devin Foster's first strikeout of the game.
With 2 outs, now batting the second baseman, number 3.
A nice pitch by Devin Foster to challenge Eddie Morris with 2 strikes, as Anthony Sinicola steps in to bat for the first time today. Sinicola is playing second base, had Game 1 off. He's batting .357 on the year. And he takes the second pitch outside again for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one's also low and away, still trying to get nibble on that outside corner, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes. That one's right in there. A nice get-me-over pitch on 3-0 for strike 1. And another pitch right down the center of the plate, not afraid to go right at the hitter, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Good job by Devin Foster to battle back. And he tried to get him to swing on the inside pitch, and good eye there by Sinicola, as he'll take the 2-out walk.
Next for Slippery Rock, the center fielder, number 18, Joe Eland.
Devin Foster's first walk of the day, as Joe Eland steps into the batter's box for the first time in Game 2. Joe Eland is in the 9-hole, so Slippery Rock will flip the lineup back to the top of the order if he doesn't get on here. A nice little lead off first for Sinicola, as that one is in there and it's fouled down the third baseline and into the stands for strike 2, and now an 0-2 count. As Devin Foster looks to get out of this second inning unscathed, other than the 2-out walk. And a good job to stay alive by Eland on that nasty off speed. Still 0-2. Again, the 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. And yes, he did not. Whew. As much to the dislike of Devin Foster, definitely thought he went around. It's now a 1-2 count. Devin Foster felt like he should be already in the dugout, but still, it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs now. And that one is going to be laced up the middle, a base hit, and it's going to go enough into the gap where Sinicola is going to be able to go first to third, and now it's first and third with 2 away here in the top of the second. And now that flips the lineup over to the top of the order as Abraham Mao steps into the batter's box.
Base from 28, Abraham Mao.
Devin Foster going to have to kind of calm down here. Thought he was out of the inning and on the pitch before, and then a base hit right up the middle, and now he's got to try to get out of a jam with first and third. And the first pitch is going to be outside for ball one. Abraham Mao put good contact to ball in game one, but just couldn't find a hit as he looks to change that in game two. And that second pitch is in there for strike one, and it's a 1-1 count. And that pitch is in there for strike two, a nice pitch on the outside edge, and it brings it to a 1-2 count. And now the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs is swung on and hit deep. Patrick Brogan is going chasing. He's chasing it way over, and it is foul down the line, just barely foul. Cal U catches a break. A good piece of contact, though, by Abraham Mao. Got to be protecting on 2 strikes and put good bat-to-ball contact there and just couldn't get down before it hit foul. And now Abraham Mao is back into the batter's box. Still a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. An RBI looming on third for Slippery Rock. And that pitch is going to be, again, just outside. And now it's a 2-2 count. Runner going, and it's going to be fouled. A little bit of a hit and run action there. As Joe Elin will have to make the jog back to first base. Devin Foster, a left-handed pitcher, so it's obviously a little bit harder to steal second with that left-handed pitcher looking right at you. As he again gets a sizable lead off first, and the 2-2 pitch coming. That one was outside again, and it fills it up, a 3-2 count. Devin Foster again thought that might have been strike 3, took a little walk, but it will again be a full count. 3-2 with 2 outs in the top of the second with runners on the corners. Runner going off first, swung on, and again fouled down the third base line into the Cal U dugout. And Joe Elin will have to make that jog back down to first again. A good battle here by Abraham Mao to make Devin Foster work. And they got him on the outside edge. What a pitch to the disbelief of Abraham Mao, but a great job by Devin Foster to work around a walk and a single to get out of the inning and headed into the bottom of the second. It's still Slippery Rock 2 and Cal U 2. Slippery Rock 0 and Cal U 0 here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM and PSAC Network.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for Game 2 of this doubleheader between Slippery Rock and Cal U. As we head into the bottom of the second, it's still 0-0 as we take a look at some of the team leaders for Cal U. In batting average, Jacob McCassie, 413, and Adam Crawford at 450. And for ERA, as we saw in the first game, Dylan Borowski and RBIs, Loudon Conte and Patrick Brogan, 27 and 24 apiece. So lots of runs and good averages for Cal U so far this season. As Loudon Conte steps into the batter's box for the first time in Game 2. That one is laced back up the middle, coming in on his, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. A nice piece of hitting by Loudon Conte, and it's a leadoff single. Cal U in the first game did a good job of getting that leadoff batter on board and then getting the runner right after them till it was first and second with nobody out, as now Santino Mara steps into the batter's box for the first time today with a runner on first and nobody out, and he squares to bunt, and it hits him on the bunt and goes foul for strike one. Tried to pull the bunt back before it came in, but it was coming in too quickly on him, and he had to take the hit and couldn't get it back for strike one. Santino Mara batting .333 on the year, as he's now down 0-1. He squares to bunt again, bunts it hard. No play at first, no play at second, throws it to first, and almost threw it right into the ground. A nice scoop by the first baseman for the first out, and a good sacrifice bunt. And now it's a runner on second for Justin Stewart.
For the Vulcans now batting pitcher number 9, Justin Stewart.
Justin Stewart was the hero for the Vulcans in Game 1 in that sixth inning grand slam to give them the Game 1 win. And can he put Cal U on top now with a runner on second and only one away? And he's up there hacking on a high fastball for strike one. That one again is swung on and missed. Strike two. Justin Stewart was 0 for 2 in Game 1 before he hit that grand slam. And he was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So never not going to go up there and hack. And he goes down on 3 pitches. A 1, 2, 3, all fastballs up and away. And he gets him for his first strikeout of the day. Second strikeout of the day for Ricky Maeu. As now Jax Miller will step into the batter's box for the first time today. Jax Miller is playing left field. He's batting .250 as he had Game 1 off. And the first pitch is going to be up and away for ball one. Loudon Conte all alone there at second base, hoping somebody can drive him in with now 2 away. As Jax Miller is not biting on that high cheese, and it will be ball 2. A good eye to lay off the high fastball. That one's going to get the outside edge for strike one. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Jax Miller is the 9-hole, so if he cannot end up getting on or advancing this inning, Anthony Veneza will be at the top of the order to lead off the next inning, as strike 2 is blown past him on a swing and a miss, and that's now 2-2 count. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and Loudon Conte sitting on second base. As Was a little bit off speed, way up, and just kind of lost a little bit, and it works the count full. Now a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs and a runner on second, with Jax Miller trying to give Cal U the lead here early on. And he's going to take a pitch right in there for strike 3. Jax Miller might have thought it was a little bit inside, but it was in there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Cal U's not going to be able to get any runs as they just strand Loudoun County at second. And after 2 innings, it's still Slippery Rock 0 and Cal U 0 here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Itali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the top of the 3rd inning. And the score is still Slippery Rock 0 and Cal U 0, as now we go ahead and we take a look at some of Slippery Rock's team leaders. As for batting average, Connor Hamilton at 429 and Abraham Mao at 400. Both great hitters, great contact hitters. There's Connor Hamilton. He's on 3 of these stats for RBIs, 22 RBIs, and 21 runs scored. The big power hitter that is Connor Hamilton continues to have a great season, and he's done some things here, some very good things here today, as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. As John Kozorian, steps in, and that one is going to be grounded to Santino Mara. Quick play to first to get the speedy runner and the first out of the inning. John Kozorian, and only 2 pitches there, and he grounds out to Santino Mara for the first out. Just as we were talking about, Connor Hamilton, the big power bat for Slippery Rock, steps in for the second time. And the first pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. Connor Hamilton singled his first time up in the first inning, but did not end up coming around to score, as the second pitch is going to be upstairs for ball 1. It's now a 1-1 count. Pitch is also going to be just outside for ball 2. It's now a 2-1 count. Got to be careful pitching to Connor Hamilton. Don't want to leave him anything too juicy, as he rips that one down the third base line and foul for strike 2. Now a 2-2 count. And now with 2 balls and 2 strikes to Connor Hamilton, with 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. Swung on and grounded right back up the middle. I don't even think he realized where the ball was, and he tries to flip it underhand. It's going to go all the way behind Jacob McCaskey, and Connor Hamilton is going to slide into second base, as we're going to need time, as Devin Foster took that ball right back up the middle, and we're going to need a second for the trainers to come look at him. That ball was absolutely shot up the middle by Connor Hamilton, and Devin Foster just tried to react as fast as he could to get his glove up there to knock it down, and then still tried to make the play. We hope that he's okay. Devin Foster did a great job, as I said, to get in the way and make a play on the ball, And even after he took the hit on the ball, tried to flip it to first in time. Just kind of a hard play all around. And as we said, we hope he's okay as he sits up a little bit here. Definitely a scary sight when the ball's coming back at you that fast. But he looks like he's going to be fine. And he's looking like he's going to stay in this game. As the umpires and trainers want to make sure he's fully okay and take his time to make sure he's ready to go. Connor Hamilton is going to get a single for that, and then is going to reach second on the throwing error by Devin Foster. Like I said, Devin Foster just trying to make any type of play on the ball, even when he was basically on the ground. And we're glad to see that Devin Foster is okay and is not going to come out of this game. Probably would take something a whole lot harder to force him out of this game. As Alex Rebenholt steps into the batter's box for the second time today, as he reached on a fielder's choice, as Loudon Conte picked up his grounder and stepped on third, and then he beat out the play at first. But now with one away and Connor Hamilton on second base, the first pitch from Devin Foster is outside for ball one. Caillou kind of got a few unlucky breaks here with that pop-up lineup off the foot of the pitcher that got caught by the third baseman Andrew Abraham Mao. That one's laced down the line off the Caillou's dugout down the third base line for strike one, a 1-1 count. Ball by Adam Crawford that got hit off Ricky Mineo's foot and bounced right to Abraham Mao at third for that out. And then that one was a shot right back up and just didn't bounce to anybody. And it ended up having Connor Hamilton on second base. So a few unlucky bounces and breaks so far for Caillou in these early innings. As the 1-1 pitch now to Alex Rebenholt is in there and is driven high to left center. Going over as Adam Crawford. He makes the catch. Connor Hamilton is not going to tag and go to third. A nice play and a good strong throw in to keep him at second. Now 2 away.
With 2 outs, now batting the first baseman, number 17, Colin Kane.
As now Colin Kane steps into the batter's box with 2 away. Colin Kane grounded to Jacob McCaskey his first time up, and Jacob McCaskey, unassisted, stepped on first for the final out of the first inning, as the first pitch is in there for strike one. Pitch. No half swing. It looked like it might have been right in there, but a little bit inside for ball one, a 1-1 count. Devin Foster, after taking that scary hit up at the middle, got right on the mound and is trying to start dealing again as he got that first out there. Here after getting hit, and that one is ripped. Watch your head in the Slippery Rock dugout as it goes right over the Slippery Rock dugout and into the stands for strike two. Devin Foster now ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. Trying to strand Connor Hamilton at second base. A long look in and back at him. And a nice pitch in on the hands on Colin Kane to end the inning. A little bit of a confusing and worrisome inning for Cal, but they get out of it without allowing a run. And after the top of the third inning, it's still Slippery Rock nothing and Caillou nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
The Caillou Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Itali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Caillou Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Caillou information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Caillou Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the bottom of the 3rd inning, as Caillou and Slippery Rock are still knotted up at 0 apiece. Slippery Rock a few more hits now than Caillou, 4-2. Both teams with 1 error on throwing errors so far. As Ricky Maeu goes back out there for his 3rd inning of work. So far, 2 strikeouts and no walks. As Anthony Veneza steps in as Caillou has the top of the order to start this 3rd inning. Anthony Veneza, Adam Crawford, and Jacob McCaskey for the bottom of the 3rd. As the first pitch to Anthony Veneza is off speed, had him out in front for strike 1. Anthony Veneza is going to be out there hacking, not afraid to try to make some contact on the ball. And he's up there hacking again, and he chops that one just foul, just got a piece of it, and he's now down 0-2. Anthony Veneza going to have to try to battle back now from this 0-2 count. And a nice off-speed tailed back inside for the strikeout. A great pitch to get Anthony Veneza looking for the first out of this 3rd inning. Bottom of the 3rd inning.
Next to the box, the center fielder, right team, Adam Crawford.
Adam Crawford might have my new favorite walk-up song I think I've ever heard, Zoo Pals, as he steps into the batter's box for the 2nd time today. As he takes ball 1. And for those of you that don't know what a Zoo Pals is at home, you're missing out. It is a great little kids play, little animal. If you don't know what a Zoo Pal is, you definitely should get some, or at least see what it is like. Definitely missing out on it. As that one is now fouled over the third, out of play down the 3rd baseline, and it goes to 1-1. As that pitch just stayed up a little bit, and it works the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice fastball to challenge Adam Crawford, who is ready to swing away, and it's now a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch coming. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout, his 2nd of the inning, and his 4th of the day for Ricky Mienu, as Crawford goes down on strike.
With 2 down, next up, the first base, number 27, Jacob McCaskey.
As Jacob McCaskey now steps into the batter's box, 1 for 1 today with a single. As he takes the first pitch, low and away for ball 1. And he takes the second pitch upstairs for ball 2. Jake McCaskey, he always up there swinging, and has been known to make some good contact and start some 2-out rallies as he takes that pitch inside for strike 1. And now he's going to get one on the outside corner for strike 2. A good job working both sides of the plate, as now it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A chance to get out of this inning. And swung in laced to left, and that one's going to drop down, and it's going to one-hop the fence. Jacob McCaskey is going to deliver a 2-out double for Cal U and keep the line moving for Patrick Brogan. His second hit of the day, his second hit of this second game for Jacob McCaskey, and it's a 2-out double.
For Cal U next up, the right fielder, number 7, Patrick Brogan.
And now Patrick Brogan with 2 outs and Jacob McCaskey on second has an RBI chance. Patrick Brogan takes the first pitch up high with ball 1. As I said in the first game, Brogan became the first player since 2019 to record at least 100 RBIs in his career. So an RBI machine, exactly who you want up in this type of situation. And he swings through the pitch on the inside edge for strike 2. Now a 1-2 count. It was going to be up the middle, but softly hit and right at the second baseman in Anthony Sinicola to end the 3rd inning. Cal U gets that 2-out double by Jacob McCaskey, but can't get anything going. And after 3 innings, it's Slippery Rock nothing and Cal U nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM and the PSAC network.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here in Washington, Pennsylvania, as we get ready for the start of the 4th inning in Game 2 between Slippery Rock and Cal U. Still a 0-0 ball game through the first 3 innings. A few hits here and there scattered for both teams, 4 for Slippery Rock, 3 for Cal U, but no runs across. As Evan Canos will start off this inning for Slippery Rock. Canos is 0 for 1 with a pop out to first baseman McCaskey in the 2nd inning. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. And he takes the second pitch up and away for ball 2. Canos got that first game off, so still looking for his first base hit of the day. As he takes that one on the outside edge for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Still a 2-2 count. And now again, the 2-2 pitch from Devin Foster is swung on and popped up. Jacob McCaskey into foul ground, is under it, back into fair ground, and falls down again. Or whirlwind to make the catch is Jacob McCaskey, and it's the first out of the 4th inning. Evan Canos now is 0 for 2 with 2 pop-ups, and both time has made Jacob McCaskey go all over the place in that foul ground to make the catch for the first out. As Eddie Morris steps into the batter's box for the 2nd time in Game 2. Eddie Morris went down on strikes for the second out of the second inning, as he takes the first pitch in there for strike one. That one is laced, a good piece of hitting into the gap, and a nice job to cut it off, and a big lead. They're going to get him kind of in a pickle, and they're not. He's going to dive back to first and in time. A nice piece of hitting by Eddie Morris, his fourth hit in these two games and his first hit in game two. Eddie Morris was 3 for 3 in game one with two doubles into that same gap that he just hit, and then a single, and there he singled in the gap, but a great job by Jax Miller to cut it off and keep him at first for the single. As Anthony Sinicola steps into the batter's box for the second time today, as he walked his first time up, and he chops it to third. Great play by Loudon Conte to field it. Gets it out second, and not in time at first. A great job by Loudon Conte to get the lead runner for the second out of the inning.
With two down, next up, the center fielder, number 18, Joe Eland.
As now Joe Eland steps into the batter's box for the second time. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit. That one is going to be laced. Patrick Brogan's going to have to move back and then over and casually makes the catch to end the inning. A nice inning by Devin Foster to get through 4. As through the top of the fourth inning, it's still Slippery Rock nothing and Cal nothing here on CUTV Sports 1 91.9 FM and the PSAC network.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the bottom of the fourth inning. As Slippery Rock and Cal U are still knotted up at 0 apiece. And as we take a quick second here, we just want to take a quick mention that you should go see the Cal U Theater and go to all their plays, as they have put some great shows on in the past and have some more shows in the future. As Jaden Tatano is going to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for your Vulcans. Tatano is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second inning. In the first inning, as this first pitch is going to be popped up into short right field, coming in on it, and he makes the play. A nice grab by the right fielder, Alex Robenholt, for the first out of the inning. Cal U is always going to go up there hacking, and as Jaden Tatano shows it there on the first pitch flyout, as Loudon Conte steps into the batter's box for the second time today. He is 1 for 1 with a single. And he's still up there hacking, and he fouls the first pitch right between the catcher's legs for strike 1. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. Now a 1-1 count. That one's laced foul down the third base line. And for strike 2. one swung on and laced into the gap. And it's going to get down. Loudon Conte has a chance to go all the way to third, and he's going to head there. The cutoff throw is not in time, and it's a one-out triple for Loudon Conte. His second hit of the day as the right fielder Alex Robenholt dove and just couldn't make it, and it one-hopped the fence. And it's a slide-in triple for Conte. Now with one away and Santino Morrow at the dish, an RBI chance. Loudon Conte and Jacob McCasty are both 2 for 2 on the day, as the first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Santino Morrow. 1 or 2 runs could easily be the decider in this one, as Santino Morrow puts a charge into one, foul down the first baseline for strike 1. Takes the pitch on the outside edge for strike 2. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just trying to put this ball up in the air and in play and make Slippery Rock make a play on the ball to try to score that first run, and he swings and misses at some high cheese inside for the second out of the inning and his 4th strikeout of the day. His 5th strikeout of the day. Ricky Mineo is dealing so far with those 5 Ks. As Justin Stewart, the hero of Game 1, steps into the batter's box. Justin Stewart, with that one swing of the bat, has 4 RBIs today to lead the way for either team in both games. He's up there hacking. He rips one right at the left fielder. A good piece of hitting by Justin Stewart, but better defense and the perfect placement to end the inning. And after 4 innings, it's still Slippery Rock nothing and Cal U nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM and the PSAC network.
Back by popular demand and better than ever is late night dining in the Natali Student Center. Join us starting Monday, October 18th at the hot spot for evening dining, Natali Evening Eats, located on the 2nd floor of Natali next to Umami. Open Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. and on weekends, 7:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Natali Evening Eats is a one-stop shop for your favorite menu items. Orders can be placed through our mobile app or at the designated Evening Eats kiosk. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park as we start the top of the 5th inning here between the Slippery Rock and Cal U, still 0-0. And as we take a quick second, we just ask you to follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at CUTV_PA for all sports info, and to stay up to date with all streaming information for each and every sports team here at Cal U. Devin Foster is looking to go out there as he's going out there for his 5th inning of work now. He's got 2 strikeouts and 1 walk through those first 4 innings of work. As now in these 7-inning doubleheaders, we are now into the later innings. As the top of the 5th rolls around, and Abraham Mao will lead off. Abraham Mao is 1 for 2 with a single in the first and a strikeout to end the 2nd inning. And he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. And a nice off-speed pitch to have him out in front for strike one. A 1-1 count now. That one's going to be upstairs for ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. And a little bit of an awkward swing there for Abraham Mao, just unsure if he wanted to fully go at that one, and he goes too far around for strike 2. A nice pitch there to have him fooled, as the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a good job to foul that one off and stay alive. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's on the ground. A diving stop by Centino. Bobbles it a little bit and still makes the play. A nice play for the first out of the inning by Centino Mara, robbing Abraham Mao of a clean single to start the inning. As John Kazarian steps in for the 3rd time in this game. And he takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. Kazarian is 0 for 2 in game 2 with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to second. And he gets under this one, but it's going to send Crawford back right in front of the warning track. He's there to make the grab for the second out of the inning. Kazarian got a hold of one in game 1 in the first inning and took it yard. Just got a little bit too much under that one for the second out of the inning. As now the big bat, Connor Hamilton, steps into the batter's box for the 3rd time. 2 for 2 with 2 singles and moved to second after he was the one that hit it right back up the middle at Devin Foster, who knocked it down, and then throwing error to first, but stay in the game. That one is going to get under it. Somebody flew out to left center where Jax Miller is standing there to make the catch, and they both a good piece of hitting, but just a little bit under it, and that ends the inning. Slippery Rock still comes up empty, and after the top of the 5th inning, it's still Slippery Rock nothing and Cal U nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
Legit American Wrestling is on CUTV. With hard-hitting action, new faces, and fan favorites, as well as great matchups, you don't want to miss an episode every Thursday at 5 p.m. and replays on Sundays at 6 p.m. As the race to crown the first world champion, LAW returns to the Pretzel Arena April 23rd at 7 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Pre-order is $10 and $15 on the day of the show. For more information, message LAW on their Facebook page. Fans, if you want to be part of the action or raise money for your school club or organization and bring the action to your town, message us on Facebook or give us a call at the number on your screen. LAW and you is an unbeatable tag team. Don't forget to follow our social media for updates and more. Don't miss Legit American Wrestling.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here in Washington, Pennsylvania for the bottom of the 5th inning, as we're still knotted up at 0 apiece. Cal U has had their chances here and there, as both teams again still scattering hits. 5 for Slippery Rock and 4 for Cal U, as Jax Miller will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for Cal U. And on the first pitch, Jax Miller swinging away, high fly ball to left center, and he's going to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for the first out in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Next up, top of
Now Cal U gets back to the top of the order as Anthony Veneza steps into the batter's box. And he's ripping on the first pitch, and it's foul and out of play over by the wild deck sign for strike one. Anthony Veneza is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout back in the third inning, and he's still up there hacking, reaching, chops it. It's going to be short into right, and it is coming on. He can't make the grab. The ball's going to fall in, and Anthony Veneza is going to be on second with a one-out double. Anthony Veneza got jammed a little bit, but perfect placement and just in and out of the glove. Once his glove hit the ground, couldn't hang on to the catch, and good hard base running by Anthony Veneza to end up at second base.
Center fielder, number 19, Adam Crawford.
Cal U has been unlucky with some of the breaks they catch, but then right there catch a break of their own as now one out, and Adam Crawford steps up to the batter's box. Adam Crawford is also 0 for 2 today with a strikeout in the second inning. And that crazy play in the first inning where he lined it off Mineu's foot and it popped right to Abraham Mao for the second out of the second. Could have been a single up the middle for Adam Crawford. Just didn't go his way, as now the 1-0 pitch is coming, and that one's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Cal U did a great job hanging around in the first game versus this talented Slippery Rock team, and then just got one swing of the bat to give them the lead. And doing the same thing here, hanging around with a tough Slippery Rock team at 0-0 with a chance at the lead. And that pitch is going to be in there for strike one. Two balls and one strike to Adam Crawford, with Anthony Veneza leading off second. The game leading run. Little bit of a late swing there by Adam Crawford, and he fouls it away to the screen over by Jacob McCassie on the on-deck circle for strike two to make it a 2-2 count. A big chance with only one away and a runner on second for Cal U to get the lead. And now the 2-2 pitch coming to Adam Crawford. Swung on and chopped to second. Anthony Veneza is going to look at third. They're going to get Crawford at first, but Anthony Veneza is going to move to third. And now it's 2 outs with a runner on second, and Jacob McCassie stepping up to the batter's box.
With 2 outs next up, the first baseman, number 27, Jacob McCaskie.
And the first pitch is going to be swung on a miss by Jacob McCaskie for strike one. As Cal U has a runner 90 feet away from taking the lead here in the bottom of the fifth. That's a good eye by Jacob McCaskie, and it's now 1-1. Jacob McCaskie 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. One's going to be upstairs by his head. Not too worried about flinching out of the way, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Jacob McCaskie now ahead in the count. Gets a good hitter's pitch, hits on the ground to third. Anthony Veneza will come home, but the play at first will get him, and so the inning will end with no runs across the plate. Just a great pitching duel so far here between Ricky Miu and Devin Foster as we're through 5, and it's Slippery Rock nothing and Cal nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Itali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com /connect.
Welcome back to Wild Things Park here in Washington, PA, as we get ready for the start of the top of the second inning between Slippery Rock and Cal U. A still 0-0 ball game through these 5 innings of play, as it's been a great pitching duel between Devin Foster and Ricky Mineo, as Mineo has 5 strikeouts of his own. Devin Foster with only 2, as Devin Foster is still 4-0 on the year, trying to improve, trying to keep that undefeated record going, as he'll have to face, to start off, Alex Robenholt to start off the inning, followed by Colin Kane and Evan Knaus. Alex Robenholt is 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, and then flew out to center in the third inning, as he takes strike 1 right in there. And a nice pitch on the outside edge for strike 2, and now an early 0-2 count to Alex Robenholt. And now the 0-2 pitch to Robenholt is outside for ball 1. 1-2 count. Trying to get Robenholt to swing at anything outside. You couldn't get him to bite. Now still a 1-2 count. Way inside. And is going to roll back to the screen off the bounce. And it works the count to 2-2. Now a 2-2 pitch coming with nobody out here in the 5th. And it's going to get under it. Popped up. Santino Mara back shallow right field, and is going to call everybody off to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Colin Kane.
That brings up Colin Kane, 0 for 2 today, with a ground out and a strikeout back in the third. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Second pitch is just inside for ball 2. Now 2 balls and no strikes. And that pitch is also outside. And now 3 balls and no strikes. And he gets a little get me over strike in there for strike 1. Now a 3-1 count. And again, the same pitch, just a little bit higher on the off speed. And he works the count full, 3-2. Good job by Devin Foster to battle back from 3-0 to 3-2. It's going to be laced. Adam Crawford got a beat on it. Can he get into the gap? He can. A nice play by Adam Crawford going over into the the right center field gap to make the play for the second out of the inning. A good piece of contact by Colin Kane, but a better job tracking it by Adam Crawford. And now 2 away for Evan Knaus. Evan Knaus is 0 for 2 and has 2 pop-outs in foul ground to Jacob McCaskey. It's keeping him busy over there so far, as the first pitch is up and away for ball 1. And the second pitch is in there for strike 1. Doing a good job getting those outside and inside corners. Today is Devin Foster. And the next pitch works that one on the inside corner and has him swinging and missing. And it's strike 2. And now Evan Canas with 2 strikes is going to have to choke up and battle here. And a 1-2 count. One's going to be laced into left. Coming in on it is Jax Miller, but it will drop in front of him for a 2-out base hit. A nice piece of hitting by Evan Canas, his first single of the day, as it's 1 on with 2 outs for Eddie Morris.
Next to the plate team designated hitter number 32, Eddie Morris.
Eddie Morris has 4 hits on the day. He's 1 for 2 in game 2 with a strikeout in the second and a single back in the fourth. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. A small lead off first. And a nice off speed, tailing it back inside for strike 1. 1-1. Foster trying to get through 6 innings of work now. That one swung on, is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Eddie Morris. Swung on, hit high and foul, back out of play down the third baseline. And now will be 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And a chance for Cal U and Devin Foster to try to score something in the bottom of 6th to close out in the top of the 7th if they can get out of it here. The 2-2 pitch coming. And a good job to get Barrow on bat to stay alive. Still a 2-2 count. Now again, the 2-2 pitch coming with 2 outs and a runner on first. Swung on, it's high, hit deep to right. Patrick Brogan going back right in front of the warning track. Now Adam Crawford calls him off, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Again, Slippery Rock scattering some hits, but can't get any runs. And after the top of the 6th inning, it's still Slippery Rock nothing and Cal U nothing here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park as we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch is over Patrick Brogan's head for ball 1. Game still tied at 0 apiece. Patrick Brogan is 0 for 1 today with a line out to second, and he was hit by a pitch, in the first inning. as he fouled that one away, and now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's going to be just a little bit upstairs for ball 2, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Patrick Brogan, Jaden Tatano, and Loudon Conte are the 3 batters for Cal U in this inning, trying to get 1 run across as he swings and misses of that one for strike 2. It's now a 2-2 count. If Cal U can manage to get a run across in this inning, then they would have a chance to close out the game in the top of the 7th inning and try to sweep this doubleheader. That's going to be up and in for ball 3, and he works the count full, 3-2. Devin Foster just got through his 6 innings of work. Ricky Mineo is trying to match that as well. It's going to be swung on and fouled out over the screen and out onto the top of the ceiling here over the press box, and it's still a 3-2 count. Another 3-2 pitch coming. That pitch was inside. Brogan tried to back away, and it almost looked like he pulled his swing back, and a leadoff walk for Patrick Brogan, and the first runner is on board for Cal U. That's Ricky Mineu's first walk of the day.
Pinch hitter for Cal U.
A good at bat by Patrick Brogan.
Serafino.
As we're going to have a pinch hitter for Cal for Jaden Tatano, and it's going to be Nick Serafino. He squares around a bunt and then pulls it back for ball 1. The pitch was upstairs. Cal U not afraid to play that small ball when needed to get that run across, just to have the lead to go into this bottom half of the inning, as he squares around again and pulls back again, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes. Sometimes the best thing to do is to actually pitch into the bunt and let him bunt it. It's sometimes worse to just try to pitch around it, because you never know what that could create, as he squares around a bunt again, and that one's upstairs, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Ricky Mineo struggled a little bit to find the strike zone with Patrick Brogan, and now falls behind 3-0. And he pulls it back, but he stakes the strike in there for strike 1. Now a hitter's count here, still now 3 balls and 1 strike. Still a good count to bunt on if they still want to, and he squares around and he bunts it down the first baseline. A beautiful bunt. They don't tag him. Little stumble as he tried to avoid the tag, and they flip him to first for the out, but a beautiful sack bunt. A great job by Nick Serafino to sack bunt and get the Patrick Brogan to second and the lead runner in scoring position.
Cal U now batting the third base, number 20, Loudon Conti.
Serafino, was the one that laid down that sack bunt to move Patrick Brogan to second, as Loudon Conti steps into the batter's box now with a runner on second and only 1 away, and he takes ball 1. A big RBI chance for Loudon Conti, and he gets under this one, jams him. It's going to be popped up right to the pitcher, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. A great pitch there to jam him inside to get that pop out. And now it's down to Santino Mara.
With 2 outs now batting second base, number 24, Santino Mara.
Santino Mara is 0 for 1 with a sac bunt in the second and a K in the fourth, as he half swings on the first pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. 2 outs now with the runner on second. Don't want to leave the leadoff runner, Patrick Brogan, stranded there. as the second pitch is swung on and missed. Some gas right down the middle of plate from Ricky Mineu, not afraid to go right at Santino Mara, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and ripped foul and out of play. Right on it is Santino Mara. Mineu throwing some heat right now at Santino Mara. Mara just challenging him so far. And he goes again, and again he stays right on it to foul it away. Still no balls and 2 strikes. And now again, the 0-2 pitch to Santino Mara is swung on and ripped over the top of the wild deck, out down the first baseline, foul. A good battle here by Santino Mara as he's fouled off the last 3 pitches, and it's still an 0-2 count with 2 outs. And it's Lays, base hit into right field. It's slow enough. Oh, he stopped it. What a stop by the second baseman. Oh my gosh, what a stop. Saving a run was Anthony Sinicola. Well, that ball was hit softly but into the gap, and if he does not stop that, Patrick Brogan was coming around to score, or probably without a throw. So a great stop by Anthony Sinicola to keep this game at 0. And now runners at the corner with the hero of last game, Justin Stewart, coming to bat. As we're going to have a quick little pitching visit by Slippery Rock, as now with runners in the corner, can't let Justin Stewart do any more damage to you as he did in game 1. You don't want to let them have a chance to end this game in the top of the 7th inning. Slippery Rock going to take their time on the mound. Want to make sure they get exactly everything right. Want to make sure they want to know what they want to do here. Last time they didn't have an option if they wanted to face last time they didn't have an option if they wanted to face Justin Stewart, as bases were loaded, so they kind of had to pick their poison, and Justin Stewart definitely made them pay, and I'm sure they remember that from last time and want to be careful here facing him this time, as Justin Stewart was the hero in game 1 and has a chance to possibly be the hero here in game 2 with runners on the corner and 2 outs. And the first pitch, a nice off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. As we've seen Mineo attack batters here left and right throughout the game, you expect him to do the same with Justin Stewart in the big situation like this. And that pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. A good eye by Justin Stewart for 1-1 count. Swung on, runner was going off first, and it's fouled, way fouled down the first base line over the wild deck for strike 2, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and runners on the corner, as Justin Stewart's going to have to try to battle back here to keep this inning alive. And a good eye on the tailing off speed away, and it gets the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of this 6th inning, with a runner on third and a chance to take the lead. And the runner's going to go, no throw down, and now it's full count. Heads up base running, and a good smart job by Connor Hamilton not to try to fire that down, just in case they didn't get him. Jace McCaskey could have taken off, But now a 3-2 with 2 outs and runners on second and third for Justin Stewart in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swung on and ripped down the line, but foul. Just over that little net down the third baseline by the Cal U bullpen. And he battles alive, and it's still a 3-2 count. Justin Stewart, can he be the hero in back-to-back games for Cal U? The 3-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on and missed. A great pitch by Mayu to get out of the inning as Cal U strands 2 runners, and it's still 0-0 after 6 innings of play here on CUTV Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here as we start the top of the 7th inning as it's still Slippery Rock 0 and Cal U 0 as we have a few changes here. Aiden Ruiz will now come in to pitch and relieve Devin Foster, who now will not be able to get the win after going 6 innings, having 2 strikeouts and 1 walk, allowing no earned runs. So still a great outing for Devin Foster. As I said, Aiden Ruiz, a freshman left-handed pitcher, will replace him. And a few changes in the field. It will be Jacob McCaskey will move over to shortstop. Anthony Venezia will move back to second like he did in Game 1. And Peyton Conte will move into first and play first base. Anthony Venezia will actually stay at short, and Jacob McCaskey will move to second. And then, yes, Peyton Conte will come in at first base. And leading off for Slippery Rock here in the top of the 7th is Anthony Sinicola, who made that great stop to basically hold Jacob McCaskey at third to not allow that run. A great diving stop to keep them to keep this game 0-0. Sinicola is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and reached on a fielder's choice as he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. It's now a 1-1 count. Was laced on the ground. Jacob McCaskey dives, fires, makes the play. A great diving stop and first out for the inning by Jacob McCaskey.
Next up for the Rock, center fielder 18, Joe Elin.
Made a great diving stop and was able to pop up real quick so that he would have plenty of time to make a clean throw for the first out. As Joe Elin steps into the batter's box for the 3rd time today, 1 for 2 in Game 2. As he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. He singled in the 2nd inning and then flew out to right to end the 4th inning. As he takes the 2nd pitch low for ball 2. We've seen Aiden Ruiz one other time this year. And that pitch is going to be way inside for ball 2. For ball 3, excuse me. Now a 3-0 pitch coming. Is going to be on the outside corner. A get-me-over pitch for strike 1. It's now a 3-1 count. That one's going to be in there, but it's going to be fouled back to the screen by Joe Eland, and now it works the count full to 3-2. Good job by Aiden Ruiz to battle back and make this a full count. Both teams sitting at 6 hits, so been able to scatter their hits, but no one's able to get a bunch in a row to get a run. That one's going to be chopped. Conte's going to come in. Loudon Conte's going to come in. He's going to slide before the dugout as it lands just in the dugout and out of play for a foul ball. Loudon Conte tried to make a beat on the ball, but just tailed too much out of play. As now another 3-2 pitch with one out here in the top of the 7th inning. As Joe Eland looks to try to get on base and to create something for Slippery Rock. Swung on, it's laced up the middle, and that is going to drop. It's tailing towards the outfield. He's going to take a big turn, but a good throw in by Jax Miller will keep him at first, and it's a 1-out single for Joe Eland, his second hit of the day.
Top order for the Rock. Third base number 28, Abraham Mao.
As now Abraham Mao steps into the batter's box for the 4th time today. As he takes strike one. Abraham Mao is 1 for 3 here in game 2 with a single in the first and a strikeout. And now no balls and 1 strike with a runner on first and 1 away. As that one's in the dirt. A good stop by Justin Stewart. And it's a 1-1 count. And that one's going to be low again. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. A small lead off first for Joe Eland. It's grounded through the hole, a base hit, and it'll be first and second now with 1 away with John Kazarian coming up to the dish. A nice piece of hitting by Abraham Mao, his second hit of the day. He's now 2 for 4. Abraham Mao keeps the line moving with still only 1 away as John Kazarian comes in to bat now. He's 0 for 3 in game 2, but he did have that solo shot in game 1. And he lines one up the middle, base hit in between the hole into the gap. The throw in will be cut off at second. The throw to third will not be in time, and the run will score. And Slippery Rock's going to take the 1-0 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Some timely hitting off Aiden Ruiz, and it's 1-0 Slippery Rock.
For Slippery Rock now batting catcher 21, Connor Hamilton.
Back-to-back-to-back singles gives Slippery Rock the 1-0 lead. Joe Eland started off with a single followed by Abraham Mao, and then another clutch single by Kazarian. It's now 1-0 with runners on first and third, and still only 1 away for Connor Hamilton as he takes the first pitch on the outside for strike 1. You're going to want to try to keep this damage as little as possible to have a chance in the bottom half of the inning. And that one's going to be way away, and a great stop by Justin Stewart. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch on the way. A little bit off speed, try to get it to drop down in, and it didn't, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and fouled way over down the first base line and way out of play, and now evens the count up at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with runners on the corner and only 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Swung and ripped down the line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble for Cal U, but it will go foul and one hop the fence out there. A good piece of hitting, though, by Connor Hamilton to stay alive. Still a 2-2 count. And again, the 2-2 pitch coming from Aiden Ruiz to Connor Hamilton. It's swung and lipped off the glove of Loudon Conte. That was ripped down the third baseline. Not much you could do, and the run will score. Back-to-back singles now for Slippery Rock, and it's 2-0. Starting to put some good bat-on-ball contact, and it leads to consecutive singles, and it's now 2-0 Slippery Rock here in the top of the 7th. That one was laced down the third baseline and just off the glove of Loudon Conte, who just didn't even have enough time to react, just kind of hit his glove that was out there. And now it's first and second with 1 away. And Alex Robenholt now at the dish. Robenholt is 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, but then flew out and popped out in the 3rd and 6th. And as he laces one again, foul and way out of play down the first base line. Cal U again is going to want to try to get out of this inning with as little damage as possible to still give him a chance in the top of the 7th inning, or in the bottom of the 7th inning, excuse me. And that one's going to be grounded softly. Jacob McCaskey's going to field it. Tag, fire to first. And he beat it out. A good play, though, by Jacob McCaskey to tag the runner quickly and try to fire it to first, but just not in time. And now it's going to be 1st and 3rd with 2 away now here in the top of the 7th.
2 outs now batting the first baseman, number 17, Colin Kay.
And now Colin Kane, who's 0 for 3 on the day with a K, steps in with still another chance at an RBI. He's going to take the first pitch up and away for ball 1. Runners on the corners with 2 away and 2 already across now here in the 7th. Swung on and fouled again, way deep and way out of play down the first baseline for strike 1. And now Aiden Ruiz gets the sign and is ready to go on the 1-1 pitch. And that one's right in there, a nice off-speed pitch. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. A chance for Aiden Ruiz to get out of this inning with only 2 across. And a 1-2 count to Colin Kane. It swung on and missed. A great play. Who almost throws to the outfield was Justin Stewart, but a nice play and a nice strikeout to end the inning. The 3rd strikeout for Cal U today, but Slippery Rock doesn't come up empty. 4 singles gets them 2 runs, and it's now Slippery Rock 2 and Cal U nothing headed into the bottom of the 7th here on CUTUC Sports 1, 91.9 FM, and the PSAC network.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the bottom of the 7th inning, where Cal U looks to try to come back, now down 2-0 here after 2 runs scored by Slippery Rock off Aiden Rees. 4 singles in a row scored those 2 runs, as Cal U will have Jax Miller, Anthony Veneza, and Adam Crawford for the 7th inning, hopefully to extend it to more as they try to come back from 2-0 and sweep rather than split this doubleheader. As the first pitch from Ricky Mineo is in there for ball 1. And Jax Miller takes the second pitch upstairs for ball 2. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Ricky Mineo was a little bit all over the place in that last inning, so definitely going to be weary here. Maybe make him work a little bit more rather than going up there hacking. And just like that, Jax Miller is up 3-0 now in the count. And a get-me-over pitch right in there. And now it's a 3-1 count, a good hitter's count for Jax Miller. Miller is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout in the 2nd inning. Now the 3-1, and swung on and missed. A challenge rise fastball is in there, strike 2, and now fill him up 3-2. Good job to battle back by Mineo to a 3-2 count. And he foul tips it. Good job to stay alive. In on the hands of Jax Miller, trying to jam him there. But a good job, like I said, to foul it away, and it's still a 3-2 count. Again, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A great pitch by Ricky Mineo. His 6th strikeout of the day, as he sends down Jax Miller now for the 2nd time. As Cal U now will turn it back to the top of the lineup as Anthony Veneza steps in to the batter's box. 1 for 3 today with a double, and he's up there hacking and fouls it out of play down the first baseline. Anthony Veneza with that double in the 5th inning, but then a strikeout back in the 3rd. Still 1 for 3 today. And the 0-1 pitch is coming ripped off the glove, slowed down by the pitcher off the glove, and it actually helps him a whole bunch. Looked like that was going to be a base hit right up the middle, and Ricky Mineo was able to get his glove down and just tap it a little bit, so it fell right to the second baseman, Anthony Sinicola, for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Cal U is down to their final out in Adam Crawford. Adam Crawford is 0 for 3 today with a K, a weird little pop-up play, and then the sack ground out in the 5th inning that led to no runs, as now he falls behind 0-1 on the first pitch. The pitch is a fly ball into left, coming in on it, and he'll make the catch to end the inning and end the game. Slippery Rock and Cal U will split the doubleheader at 1 game apiece. Cal U took the first game 5-4. Slippery Rock takes the second game 2-0 here at Wild Things Park. Ricky Mineo did a great job, pitched a complete game in Game 2 for Slippery Rock to get the win and get the split. Tomorrow, Cal U will have a game at Slippery Rock again. This time, Cal U will have another doubleheader at Slippery Rock tomorrow. For myself, my name is Finn Mazon, and for all of my crew here at CUTV Sports, we thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm here on CUTV Sports 91.9 FM and the PSAC network. Have a good rest of your weekend.